Um, in closing, the just because I know that your experiences was just a brief situation, the you mentioned that you would recommend it to a lot of other females to get into the field of mechanic work, and also the the time spent, how you enjoyed, and you probably wished you would have done some more in it. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, now what other recommendation would you give to like dealerships? Would you have them invest more for females to get into the trade? Because I know it's a male dominated world. So
Yes, I think that anything that would incentivize in a way females to make it a little bit easier for them to become involved
mhm,
or a little more, yeah, I want to say easier for them to become involved because even with my qualification, when I came back, ideally what would have even been nice for me would be to work as a technician at ATL instead of as a service
service
advisor,
advert. Yeah.
right? But one thing is also the optics of it.
Hmm.
So it looked nicer to have me in the office than to have me around the back.
Hmm.
Um, but I'd want them to give more females a chance.
Hmm.
Just give more females a chance. I think that because of our natural tendency towards being very detail oriented,
Right.
I think that would work. That works very well in the
Okay.
automotive industry.
Hmm.
Um, and what I would say to other females as well is that if you don't particularly love getting your hands dirty, which I loved, right?
the,
That
the
was the
the
best
hair
part.
the hair and the nails. That is, that's the point right there, right?
Yeah, some females don't love that all that excitement. But the
The
way how vehicles are now,
yeah.
everything is electronic,
Exactly.
diagnostics,
And
all of them stuff
the
there.
presentation is now changed because back in the days, you look at someone, you can tell he's a mechanic.
Yeah,
Because you see the grease and the
the grease
grime
and
and
the
the
right.
clothing don't look. But now you can't really tell because
You
everything
can't
has
tell.
changed, right? They're
Hmm.
now wearing gloves. They have protective shields around the car that can be applied before you start working on the car. You have far more
Exactly.
lips, far more ways to inspect
Yep.
the car and all these things. You don't Nothing is too physical anymore. So
Hmm.
that should be encouraging enough to get a lot more females into the field.
Yeah, I would like to see a lot more. I would
But
like to see a lot more.
one last question before we wrap up, because I know you have to get into bed early. The Have you ever thought about like migrating to another country with the qualifications you have?
Oh goodness. So a lot of people actually asked me when I came back why I came back. Why
Mhm.
didn't I stay in England or somewhere in Europe? And my answer was simple. I am a sunshine baby. I do not like the cold.
That's a
I
very
do
good
not like the
answer
cold.
because it can
Um,
get really, really brutal over here.
brutal,
Yeah.
brutal,
Yeah.
right? And so because of that, I chose to come back.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. I've thought about it. I've looked at it a number of times, whether it's in the UK or it's in Canada, and I'm just like, oh my God, it's so cold,
I
so
know,
cold,
I know. But after a while,
so cold.
you get used to it because if you're a mechanic working in a enclosed environment over here,
Mm-hmm,
you don't know what's going on outside because it's a warm environment, right?
mm-hmm.
It's once you step outside now, then you have the challenges there. But
Yes, but
one
you don't live in the service center. You have to go
that is,
out.
yeah, you have
You
to
have
go
to
out.
exactly.
Yeah, but it's not
You
that
have to
bad.
wade through the snow
Especially here in
all sorts
Toronto,
of things.
I can tell you it's not that bad.
All right, fine. So if you're in Toronto or if you're in the more metropolitan areas,
Hmm.
then it's not so bad,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah.
But even when you think about um, if you want to, because a lot of people make the move for remuneration purposes, right? So if you're
Yeah.
looking at remuneration, the places that you have to move
Yeah,
to
that is
get
true.
the type of remuneration that really
Yeah.
going to make it worth it for you to
Yeah.
leave
You're looking
Jamaica,
at you're looking at minus
yeah, look
50
on
degrees.
some, yeah, you must be mad. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay, okay. That answered the question because because of COVID I can't really travel, but I look forward coming back to Jamaica and just lying down in the sun until my skin just start burning, you know? So
Yep.
that's how much I try to soak in. But
Mm-hmm.
it's really something else. It's actually something else. But what does the future hold?
Who knows? Who knows? Um, but I'm open to it. So as I said before, I mean, maybe at some point in the future, the motorsports season will come around again,
Hmm.
or maybe my desire to open some kind of shop will come back. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well,
We'll see what
we
happens.
well do not let the passion die or the fire die because everything starts with a dream. But in order to make the dream a reality, you have to put the work in. So
Yes,
I
you do.
mean, we look forward to it. But thank you very much. It was a really interesting story. At first, you said you don't really have much to talk about, but we all know. Deep down, I knew it was a lie. So
Really.
and I really look forward to hearing and seeing big things from you again. I mean, it was really something else.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, and I look forward to doing a part two of your story. Okay,
Well, let's see what happens.
sometime in the very near future.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, well, thank you again, and do have yourself a good night.
Thanks. Good night, Chris.